Plaintiffs Richard Dales and his wife Marilyn say Marilyn was married to the defendant, but she left him because he wanted to have an open marriage and she refused. They're suing Marilyn's ex-husband for breach of contract. Defendant Terry Francis says he was married to Marilyn for 10 years, but he filed for divorce after he caught her having an affair with Richard. Terry insists the plaintiffs are suing for more than he owes.
Start with you.
I was married to Terry for 10 years.
When did you all divorce?
2011. We're two different people. He was wanting an open marriage, and that's not what I was interested in. Well,
You didn't want open communication with your husband?
No, not that kind of open marriage, Your Honor.
What kind of open marriage was it? It wasn't where you'd be open with each other about communicating. They say communication is one of the #1 things
#1.
you need in a marriage.
I love being open.
Yeah, you gotta be open with your spouse. What did you have against having open communication with your spouse?
It wasn't that kind of communication. He wanted me to have sex with other men so he could watch.
Your Honor,
What?
that's not correct, Your Honor.
All right. All right. That was the only problem in the marriage?
Well,
That was a big enough problem.
yeah, it was a
but-
big enough
Yeah.
problem. I was married to Terry for 10 years. We're two different people. He wanted an open marriage, and that's not what I was interested in.
You didn't want open communication with your husband?
No, not that kind of open marriage, Your Honor.
Plaintiffs Richard Dales and his wife Marilyn say Marilyn divorced the defendant because he wanted to have an open marriage. But the defendant claims he divorced Marilyn because she was having an affair with Richard.
You give me some background here.
Yes, sir. I was married to the plaintiff for 10 years, and I found out she was having an affair with Mr. Dales on the internet. Her
When
son
did you
was
find that out? What year?
2010.
Can I interrupt? That's when he told me to go meet him. Told me he gave me his blessings and to have fun.
No,
Go
Your
ahead.
Honor, that didn't happen. Anyway, her son caught them on the phone sexting and gave the phone to me. That was when I filed for divorce and divorced, and we went our separate ways.
Okay.
I also filed for custody of the children, and I got custody of both children, even though her son wasn't biologically mine. I still had custody of both children.
Our daughter was taken away by CPS because he allowed a 3-day overnight slumber
That's
party
not
with
correct.
boys. He was threatened with jail or to give the custody to me through the CPS, so he gave the custody to me.
All right. Breach of contract. What happened?
Well, we agreed that he would buy the house from us.
Tell
It
me
was
about what house you're referring to. Go ahead.
a house that we owned in Martins Ferry, Ohio.
The two of you owned previously.
Yes, the two of
All
us
right.
owned
While you were
previous-
married, you owned a home. At the time of the divorce, who took the home?
He did.
He was awarded the home?
No, I bought her out.
Okay, you bought her out in the divorce. So it was his home. Go ahead.
And he was supposed to pay the house off, which he did. He was supposed to keep the taxes paid, which he has not paid the taxes. He was supposed to keep the house in repair to keep the city from fining him, which he did not do. Right now,
So he was supposed to pay how much?
$200 a month.
All right. What was the total amount
It
to
was
come to?
$2,000 in a Mercury Mountaineer.
Okay, so the total purchase price was $2,000 and a Mountaineer. And it was to be paid $200 a month. So that's 10 months, unless you had interest, I don't know. And then hand over the Mountaineer.
We already had the Mercury Mountaineer.
All right, so all he owed was $200 a month for 10 months, unless you had interest. And you said something about taxes.
He was
That was
supposed to
part
keep
of
the
the
taxes
agreement?
paid up.
All right. That was also a condition of the
Right.
sale, which is typical. So what did occur? He paid all the $200, I thought you said.
Yes. He paid all the
and
200.
failed to pay the taxes.
Right.
All right, and the taxes were $1,028.
Yes, sir.
Sir, tell me what happened.
I got some evidence here you need to see, Your Honor.
No, first you tell me.
Well, I did.
I need open community. You the open man. You the one likes the open communicate, Mr. Open.
I paid the house off in 2013, and I had the deed made up myself with my lawyers. Took it up to them, and I dropped it off. That was in January of 2016. They've had the deed ever since, and they failed to sign it. I heard through rumors that they were going to sell the house out from under me and leave me homeless. Now, if they'll just sign the deed, I'll pay the taxes.
Weren't you supposed to pay the taxes?
No, I
prior?
paid $1,400 in back taxes when I moved in. If they'd have signed the deed when I gave them the deed, the taxes would be in my name right now. They wouldn't be in there.
But
Your Honor.
you accumulated the taxes.
Yes, I'll pay the taxes as long as they sign the deed. I don't want to be homeless. I was married to the plaintiff for 10 years, and I found out she was having an affair with Mr. Dales on the internet.
Can I interrupt? That's when he told me to go meet him. Told me he gave me his blessings and to have fun.
Plaintiffs Richard Dales and his wife Marilyn say Marilyn divorced the defendant because he wanted to have an open marriage. But the defendant claims he divorced Marilyn because she was having an affair with Richard.
You have a
The
defense?
tax lady said that the taxes have never been paid up currently. I have where he mailed us the agreement.
All right, but
bring it to us.
you'll sign the deed if he pays the money.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm just worried because he has been running a drug house in my name.
Okay, well, we're going to solve that very quickly, right?
Yes, there's no
You have
drug
the
house.
deed, and you're going to pay him $1,028 payable upon the signing of the deed. All right? Judgment for the plaintiffs. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
I'm fine with it. I'll sign the deed.
I'm ready to sign the deed and have it completely over and done with.
Sounds good to me. I'll pay the taxes.